This morning, we welcome two new contributors to CBS News and Sunday Morning. Their names are Mitch Butler and Josh Landis, and they call their new feature The Fast Draw. You'll understand why after watching their take on the age-old question of technological change and its impact on children.
If you think the world is getting smaller, you might be right. Just ask a kid. Over the years, each generation of children has had to stay closer and closer to home.
Researchers found a family, and this is a real family. We'll call them the Walkers. It's the 1920s, and great-grandpa Walker is 8 years old, and he walks everywhere. He's allowed to go 6 miles on his own to his favorite fishing hole.
Next generation is the 1950s now, and Grandpa Walker is 8 years old. He's not allowed to walk 6 miles, but he can walk unsupervised for 1 whole mile through the woods and to school.
Fast forward to today. The youngest Walker is also 8 years old, but he has to stay within sight of his home. In just a few generations, the world of the Walker kids has shrunk.
Shrink, shrank, shrunk. Richard Louv wrote a book about this disappearing territory of childhood. He says that kids and their families are paying a price.
What is lost is a sense of wonder, a sense of community is threatened when we keep kids under protective house arrest. What in the world are we doing to these kids when we deny them these profound experiences in nature, not only for their physical and psychological health, but their sense of connection to a larger universe?
So why is this happening?
As you'd suspect, it's partly because parents are playing it safe. In a Hofstra University survey, mothers were asked to list the reasons their kids didn't go outside more often. Almost all of them said crime and safety were among their top concerns. But the number one reason? Television and video games made their kids want to stay inside.
That doesn't sound so bad. Richard Louv also says don't feel too sorry for these kids. They're exploring the world in their own ways. That house that he's restricted to, it connects him to the world.
With email,
digital photography, social networking websites like Facebook,
videos, games, and entertainment 24 hours a day.
So in the time it took his great-grandfather to walk over to a friend's house, the youngest Walker can contact 10 friends, download pictures of cousins from across the country, and get lost in computer-generated worlds.
And in the future, when he and his friends grow up, they'll probably have opportunities to travel farther from home than any generation before them.
But you know what? There's still nothing quite like a long walk to the fishing hole.